If you're under 18 or you're in your early 20s, today's video is for you. I'm going to show you how to build generational wealth before the age of 18. I'm going to break down how you can build generational wealth from an early age, even if you don't come from a background of money. All you need is the knowledge, all you need is the habits that you build over time and the skills that compound over time. Most people think that you need money to build wealth, but in reality, it's the skills that you build over time and the habits that you build that compound. Whether good or bad, those habits will be your success or your failure. Time is the biggest advantage you have when you're young. The earlier you start, the less money you actually need to build wealth. At a young age, once you start working in high school, you can build a habit of saving, budgeting your money, not spending on unnecessary items that you don't need. But you can build small habits where you're learning how to invest, you're learning how to budget your money, you're learning how to save. Any paycheck you're getting, you're learning how to calculate, okay, what are my needs versus my wants? What do I need for this month versus what I don't need, right? A lot of the times we buy things because we just want to make ourselves feel better, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of the things you buy, eventually what ends up happening is you end up not needing them after a few years. They're kicked to the curb and put to the side, and you don't use them anymore. So that's a fruit for thought, just to think about the items that you're buying. Are they necessities or are they just wants in the moment? Money compounds over time, but so does your knowledge. Every dollar you invest, every skill you learn, every mistake you make early on, it all adds up, whether good or bad. Any bad habits that you're forming over time, if you allow them to continue compounding over time, you'll just become a person that's used to making bad habits. You'll just become a person that's used to making mistakes. But any good, positive habits that you're building over time, this will become who you are naturally. And the best part about being young, I wouldn't say the best part, but one of the things about being young is that mistakes are cheap. They're not as costly. You can take more risks, right? The mistakes you make when you're younger, you won't be able to make them when you're in your 30s, 35s, 40s. The mistakes you were making when you're 20, the mistakes you were making while you're 16, 18, it'll be okay because at that age, you have time to make mistakes. But your mistakes at 30, 35, 40, it'll be way more costly. Wealth isn't built overnight, but it's built by the small habits that are built over time. Learning how to budget, save, and invest at an early age puts you ahead of so much people because there's so much people at the age of 25, 26, 27 that don't know anything about investing. They don't know anything about, they might know about saving, but even saving too much money is not good, right? You don't want to have 10,000, 20,000 saved up in a regular checking account. That's not an ideal situation. Once you start to understand how interest rates and inflation works, then you'll understand why saving 15,000 in a bank isn't the smartest idea. Just having it sitting in a checking account is not smart, right? Because that money is losing its value over time. Understanding at a young age the difference between your needs and your wants. The things that you need on a daily basis and the things that you want, right? The things that you want as a kid, you might want new shoes, you might want new shirts, you might want these jeans that came out. You might want the next big game that's coming out, the GTA 6 that's coming out, a PS5, right? Those are the things that you want. If you're working at the age of 15, 16, 17, I wouldn't necessarily advise you to even take some of that money and go buy those things, right? You could take that money and do something else with it. Take that money and save it and then go build up your knowledge on investing. Go build skills. Go learn different things. There's ChatGPT. There's resources out there. There's different applications out there that will help you and teach you some skills that you can learn. And you could ultimately start bringing some income off of those skills. Understanding delayed gratification at a young age is key. I know it sounds like a big word, delayed gratification. What does that mean? That just means choosing long-term growth over short-term pleasures. Just think about that for a moment. Long-term growth, right? Building your money slowly and steadily, investing the correct way, not picking the hottest stocks out, not trying to use your money and go buy penny stocks, or not trying to invest into crypto, something you have no idea about, but learning investing the right way, opening a Roth IRA account, investing in a VOO or S&P 500 ETF, and building your wealth slowly, maxing out your Roth IRA contribution every single year. These are the key to success. Those are all the keys to success. Any delayed gratification trying to make purchases that will make you feel good in the moment, but that ultimately won't result into anything, because let's say you make a purchase for shoes that cost $250. After a while, those $250 shoes get worn out. They get worn out and they just sit there. Yes, you were going to school with them, you were looking clean, you were looking nice, but that $250, you could have put it into an asset that was growing over time. That $250 could then turn into $350 through compound interest and through time. So just think about that. Delayed gratification, long-term growth over short-term pleasures. Short-term pleasures are the purchases, the small purchases that we're making that will make us feel good about ourselves, right? The new shirt we bought, but it costs $100 just to buy one shirt. These habits, we have to get out of them, right? At a young age, you have to understand, okay, I'm building myself as a person. I should understand that buying $150 shoes isn't necessary, right? Go and let your parents buy that. They're in the state where they can buy you shoes or where they can do certain things for you. But you at that age, you should be gathering skills, learning how to invest properly, learning how to budget, and learning how to save your money. Money follows skills. So wherever someone who has skills is at, they can go and market themselves and get someone to pay them for those skills. Whether that's video editing, content creation. At a young age, those are the easiest things, because you guys are all on TikTok. You guys are all on TikTok. You guys are on Instagram. You guys are on Snapchat. If you can learn how to take short clips and monetize them, and find a creator out there who potentially wants to pay you to post for them, then you can go out there and learn how to create content for them. Learn video editing, start using CapCut, start using Canva, and there's creators out there who will actually pay you for creating content for them. And they'll pay you a percentage, or they'll pay you a flat rate. If you want financial freedom, you need skills that pay you. You need skills that pay you, especially at a young age. These are the skills you should be gathering. Those are the skills you should be gathering. Don't worry about playing PS5 all day. It's not going to benefit you anything in the long run, right? It's for the time being. Yes, you know you're a kid, you know you're at that age, but as soon as you hit that high school mark, 11th, 12th, 10th grade, you need to get out of that mindset, right? You need to start thinking more about what career you want to go into, what type of things you want to do with your life. Where do you want to expand into? What field do you want to go into? Whether it's learning a digital skill early on, or starting a little side hustle, or just working a plain job, it builds confidence. It builds confidence. It allows you to be a little bit more independent. You start gaining some skills at that age where you're learning, okay, I'm starting this side hustle. Okay, let me save this. Let me put this back into the business. Let me invest $100 back into the business. Let me save 20. Right? You start to understand profit, gross profit, net profit. You start to understand all those terminologies, revenue. At that age, you'll understand. It'll build a discipline in you. It'll build something in you that's going to stick with you for when you're 20, 25, 30. Because you already went through this at the age of 17, 18. You already understand business. You'll have a business acumen. You'll start to understand how to negotiate, how to sell, how to just talk to different people, interact with different people, and it will be beneficial for you when you reach the age of 20, 25, 30, and you already have all this experience racked up. Instead of investing in others, instead of spending everything you earn, reinvest in yourself. Buy books, buy courses, tools, or education that make you become more valuable as a person. You want to buy courses that are going to teach you different skills. You want to buy tools or education. There's a few YouTubers out there that you can look at and see some of the content they're pushing and see how it could benefit you. Those are what you should be investing into. When I say watch YouTube videos or get a course, if you're going to get a course, make sure it's the right person. Use your best judgment to go out and get a course where you know the person is going to be giving you something of value and not just trying to run game on you or scam you. Right? Because you know you have a lot of influencers out there that are just pushing out courses and not actually giving any knowledge back, and they're giving you basic generic information that you could probably pick up from here. You need practical advice. Practical advice meaning 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. Your next steps. What are you going to do with your next step? Okay, you did this step. Now what's your next step? You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start right away. If you use your time wisely, build strong habits over time, and develop your skills early on, you're already on the path to generational wealth. Nobody can stop you. If you use these 3 things I just told you, Use your time wisely, build strong habits, and develop skills early on. You're already on the path to generational wealth. Nobody can get in your way unless you let them. Thank you for watching this video. If you found something insightful and you found this video informative, please like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what type of videos you want to see.